Hey everybody, this is Perch. Um, I like it when people challenge me in mail because generally, if you're gonna argue with something I say, you go in like secret places and you make a lot of comments there where nobody can see anything, and it feels I don't want to say cowardly exactly, but it definitely feels like you're not serious about your argument. Because if you're serious, you'd argue. This is always a way I felt about people who want to challenge or argue or you know debate is there's people who come at you head on, and those are people serious about having a conversation. And there's the people who sneak around on the outside and have these kind of arguments. So I appreciate this mail. Not really an argument. It's very friendly. But let's see what it says. It says, do you really care about new characters? It says, for what you said, I'm reading the mail now. For what you said in your Spider Boy, if you're Marvel, why wouldn't you come up with some brand new characters? They're in the 616. They're part of mainstream comics. That line, make new characters. Do you even care about these new characters, Purchington? You always rely on older characters. You would definitely say Miles Morales and Kamala Khan are your scapegoat. Those are the only examples you have. Yes? Well, no, but let's finish the mail. So, but there have been new and original characters that have existed before and after Miles Morales. Yeah, of course. Every character was a new character at some point, for sure. And for what it's worth, I think Miles Morales is a good new character. Some of you may feel otherwise, but I actually think that was a good effort. And I think that there's been aspects of Miles Morales that have been done very, very well in building up the character. I think the problem is the majority of really good work with the character happened outside of the comics. I think the movies have done a better job of selling Miles Morales as a bold new character with something to say than the comics have. And we can get to that more in a minute. But I mean, I think Miles Morales is just fine. I just think that the comics have done probably the shittiest job with that character. And for that matter, Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, I mean, look, if you look at the first year of G. Willow Wilson's run, it was pretty good. Like, I mean, I'm not saying it was like Jack Kirby, Stan Lee level of quality, but I mean, it was good. I think the problems with Miss Marvel came in much later. But again, we'll get to that in a second, because I think there's an easy answer to this. Are there other characters? Sure, there's new characters all the time. You could say Laura Kinney, the new Wolverine, is a new character. You could call Nadia the Wasp a new character. I guess we could just stick with Marvel, Hulkling, Wiccan. I mean, there's like, fuck, there's a shit ton of new characters. The X-Men line during the Krakoa era was introducing all kinds of new characters. Anoli, and that was Morrison, but Glob or Blob or whatever the fuck his name was, Armor as Whedon. Like, he had plenty of new characters coming out, and there's a lot you can do with those new characters. I'm not sure if those new characters are new characters if they're 10 plus years old, but yeah, whatever. We'll get to that in a minute. I've said that about quite a few things. So let's finish up this mail. It says, there may be a few breakout, but there is little appreciation of the DC and Marvel characters debuting in the 2000s and new characters falling into obscurity. Remember that video you made about Nadio v movie and Cake Palmer playing his Rogue? I don't remember that video. I actually don't remember that video at all. I say KK Palmer. I know a lot of you are just cringing right now because I'm fucking up this name, but sorry. KK Palmer being Rogue is ignoring existing black female characters. Oh, yeah, that's right. There was a rumor about casting that they were going to cast Rogue as a black character. And my comment at the time was like, you got shitloads of black female characters in the Marvel Universe. Like, why would you change Rogue when you what's the point of that anyway? So Storm is not only the Storm is not the only female black character in the X-Men. There are black female characters. Yeah, there's tons. There's even that terrible character that I think it was Claremont. She was a nurse, and she didn't want to be a mutant, but she was a mutant. She could like make shields. Remember her? What's her name? God damn. I've read so many X-Men comics, I've forgotten the X-Men comics. It says, I say KK Palmer being rogue is ignoring existing black female characters. Storm is not the only female black character of the X-Men. There are other black female characters. Okay, I said that in a minute. I said it a second ago. I just read the same goddamn paragraph a second time. I've seen so many people say stop race swapping and stop retconning old characters, just make new characters. The biggest problem is you humans say you want new characters, but you don't give them any attention at all. You humans are so hypocritical. This is a guy who's pretending to be a robot. Okay. And Perch, would use your dad advice, it takes time. I say no. Most people rather use their time either rant or complain about older stuff get ruined. This has turned into like ChatGPT level of writing, such as Star Wars Acolyte show. Is it so hard not to give it an attention? Humanity hasn't learned anything from South Park Pandaverse. This mail is all over the goddamn place right now. I'm pretty okay. I'm gonna desperately try and pull out a coherent thought in here. And I'm aware it depends on how the character is written. Tim Sheridan created terrible new characters. That is fact. And about 2 years ago, Tim Sheridan made a tweet comparing no one like his new characters from Teen Titans Academy. Why has the grammar gotten worse as the mail has gone on? Tim Sheridan is a bitch. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to give up. I don't know where this is going. All right. I'm going to go to the very end, see if there's a thought here. So let's play a game named 10 DC and Marvel character from 2000 to now. Those characters must have original with no original mantles. So no Miles Morales, no Kamala Khan, no sidekicks are fine. What? I just put it in the comment if you make a video. All right. Okay, dude. All right. I'm not reading any more of the mails from you. I don't know what you're doing. I literally don't know what you're doing. Look, have there been new characters in the last 20 years for Marvel and DC? Yes. Have those characters been written well? Well, some yes, some no. And some yes and no. We talked to Joe Casey, who came up with America Chavez. If you read that original series, Joe Casey put together all kinds of new characters. You had like this new kind of not Avengers, but kind of new heroes that were coming out. There were several. There was the Negative Man, kind of half dude. You have America Chavez over there. You had some pretty cool characters, and you had a bunch of cool villains as well. There was like 12 new characters in that alone. You have the Young Avengers characters. Also, lots of good progress. The problem is, if you fast forward to 2024, and let's look at the Young Avengers for a moment. Okay, you have Patriot. Okay, not really much of anything done there. A little bit, but by and large, that character is nowhere now. You have Kate Bishop, Hawkeye. Every now and then they kind of bring her back and they try and make her a big deal. They had her leading the West Coast Avengers. None of it took. Kelly Thompson tried, but it I don't know why it's so goddamn hard. I mean, Matt Fraction, who had to be stoned out of his goddamn mind half the time, was able to bring Kate Bishop into that Hawkeye series he did with David. And that worked out okay. Like it gave the character something. So I think you could do something there. You have Iron Lad, kind of the young Kang. Okay, interesting character. There was a lot of kind of time displacement bullshit you could have done with that character. Nothing has happened. Hulkling and Wiccan. These are two characters I like a lot. They had those characters get married. They had the Hulkling rule the Kree-Skrull Empire, and Wiccan is there as his side piece. I don't even know what the fuck's going on there. You had the somewhat son of Quicksilver. What was his name? I was going to say Speedy. I'm tired. It's been a long day. But, I mean, you have some interesting characters there. There's new characters that have potential being written all the time. And I'll say something that a lot of the people on this channel will 100% disagree with. America Chavez, it can be an interesting character. It's got an interesting kind of weird power set. You could do different things with it. There's a lot you could do with that character. You put Gavi Rivera on it, and it sucks ass. Like, do this experiment for yourself. Go and look at the Joe Casey series where America Chavez was introduced, and then go look at the follow-up where Gabby Rivera wrote America Chavez in that book. And it's like you have two entirely different characters being written in different ways, different personalities. I mean, the Casey Dragota series was amazing. Nick Dragota's art was great on that. It looked good. The character is cool. For all of you people on YouTube who are like, fuck America Chavez, and every now and then some of you show up in the comments and you hate that character, I want you to do this for me. If you have any loyalty to this channel at all, go look up that original Joe Casey series. Okay, he's been on the channel talking about an interview, but go look it up. Don't pirate it, but if you have to, do what you got to do, and read this character. You will like this character. You'll be like, God damn, this is a good ass character. It's a fun character. That whole series was fun. You had an amazing amount. This came out during Dark Reign, and it was a good series. And there was so much goddamn potential with that series. And if you fast forward today, almost none of those characters have been used. They're new characters who are different, exciting, have some storytelling potential. You could easily fit them into things, and yet nothing. Or, like I said, some people have said, the comic industry is broken and can't ever be repaired. I would point you to America Chavez as the example of why there's hope and a lot can happen. And you may be going, whoa, what are you talking about? What I'm talking about is if you look at her first appearance in that limited series, and you read the America Chavez character, it's good. You like that character. And then you look at the Gabby Rivera series and you hate that character. And what that tells you is that you put a good writer on things and shit can be good. Anything can be good. Anything. I would argue a good writer can make anything good. You can put a good goddamn writer on U.S. Trucker, it'll be great. Let's have a U.S. Trucker series by Kari Andrews. How about that? He can write and draw it. I bet it will be entertaining as shit. Let's have it. What is that that NFL pro character that Marvel tried to do back in the early 90s? Who is that? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, any character can work out if you have a good writer who knows what they're doing. And any character can be ruined if you have a shit writer who doesn't know what they're doing. So I have no idea what the fuck this original mail was about, but there are plenty of new characters in comics that are good. Plenty. It does take time for them to be established as really major characters, for sure. But a good writer can make you interested and want to read all those stories, want you to wait out all those years. A good writer will make you inspired to keep buying. You're excited by the character from issue number 1, but you keep buying through issue number 40 because the writer, inspires you to do so. So yeah, things take time, but you can also win almost immediately. I don't know. To me, and this is maybe the big ending thought here, is that people tell me all the time, I think comics they've gone too far. They've got to be burned down. There's no way to recover. You could recover in like less than 6 months in comics if you just put a good effort forward. I mean, fuck, look at the way people liked the New 52, and many people did, even if they don't admit it. And look at the way that the Convergence kind of DCU era screwed that all up. People hated that. And then look a couple months later when you did Rebirth and everybody came back. And look a couple months later after it was clear that was going to shit. So it's like you can change the perception of how comics are doing in days. But, it only changes if you make solid steps forward. So it all works. Anyway, I don't know, man. I'm tired of... I welcome, like I said at the beginning, I like the fact when people come and debate me. That's great. Please do that more. But for the love of God, like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Anyway, thanks for listening.